Hey everybody, what's going on? This is Jessica, also known as Say Yes Jess. I am the owner and educator of Millionaire Forex Society. So today we are going to talk to CJ, which is one of my top students. He's been with me from the very beginning. And I think if there's anyone that I should talk to about the course and their opinion and advice, this would be the person to speak with. So CJ has decided that he wants to stay a little bit anonymous, but he is on here with his voice. So thank you, CJ, for doing this for me. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
All right, so we're gonna get straight to it because you know I don't like all the fluff. But number one is you joined the course, right? And you've been with me before, so we know that we have a history working together. But what did you think of the course when you first started?
The course, I believe, was well put together. The beginning stages of it obviously grew over time, but the basics of everything that somebody who wants to know what Forex is or has some type of experience and needs some advancement and needs to build on their skills is definitely in the course, for a fact.
Okay, what were some of the challenges that you dealt with in regards to trading and maybe with the course info?
I believe coming into it, because it all kind of starts from having the desire for extra income and things like that. I wanted to make money. I needed to make money at the time. I didn't probably understand how technical or how much self-discipline had to go into trading Forex. So actually having access to the training, that was probably one of the barriers. Wanting the money so bad versus understanding that to get to the money, you have to actually follow certain disciplines, a trading plan, and following some type of training to a T. But the training has to be good, and the training actually is good. And I'm just so stubborn. I'm just so hard-headed. So initially, it was me just basically not listening to the training. But once, I kind of listened and I kind of, said I'm losing so much money not listening, so let me try listening. And, after a while, everything started to click and I started to see my results change from me blowing accounts to actually making profits.
Yeah, and you've been killing it. Do I have permission to go over our what we were just talking about GBP when it made that huge drop and you made that fast money? So that's what made you think that this was something that you can kind of just do, like just quickly without really, doing what the trading said. Do you
Sure,
want to
let's do it.
This way people can see like the reality.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So what was it? 2 years ago? I think it was
2 years ago. Yes.
All right. 2 years ago, you had joined me with trading, and GBP had the markets went crazy at the beginning of the year, where the British pound literally dropped. I don't know. I think it was like 600 pips. And I don't remember your lot size, but I want to say you made like $4,000 or something like that. It was crazy.
Yes.
I don't know if the number's right, but I remember you messaging me and you were like, oh, this is easy. Like, I can do this all day. And I was like, look, this is not normal. The markets don't normally crash like this. Like, get your money and go, right?
Right.
And did you get the profit? Did you take the money and go?
So what happened was, the backstory to that situation was, I was in a relationship and I ended up leaving my girlfriend's house, and I already blew my account prior to that.
Okay.
I had $2 in the account. So what happened was I came up with some weird strategy. I had a job and I was like, well, maybe I can take this $2 and make my hourly salary at my job. That's how it all started. So I entered that particular pair at maybe a 0.01, and somehow, some way, I grew from having the $2 in the account, scalping randomly, to maybe say $10, or I got up to like $7. And I was in a position on that pair, and later that day, a couple of hours later, on that particular day, that particular pair, it crashed and it tanked, and I just got excited and I just started dumping lot sizes. So I went from like a 0.0, I was in originally for a sell at a 0.02 randomly, and it just started dropping. And I was like, what the hell is going on? So I did a 0.05 and it kept on dropping. I did a 0.10 and then it went to like $200, and I did a standard, and then I tried to do a 2 standard and a 5 standard, and that's kind of, I didn't know when it was going to stop. I just seen it going and the profits was going, and I just kept on adding. And then the broker started clipping trades, but I ended up getting to 3,000. So I went from $2 in my broker account to 3,000 that same day. And that's how, like, that's really the story.
Okay, all right. I didn't know all that.
Yeah.
So that's good. That's good that you provided that background, because I didn't know all that. But okay, so after that, I remember you showing me your win, and I was like super proud of you, because I mean, I think everybody was expecting GBP to be bullish, and it just did that huge drop, and you were able to, you know, profit off of it.
Right.
At that point, I would say maybe your confidence was a little bit like you kind of got big headed. And what happened?
Yeah, this is a crazy story. But go ahead. I'm listening. Go ahead.
No, I thought you were going to talk. So,
no, go ahead. I'm listening to you.
You got big headed, and I was like, you need to chill, take some of your profits, like just use proper risk management, blah, blah, blah. And you weren't trying to hear it at all.
No.
You weren't trying to hear it. You were like, look, I just made 4 G's in like 2 hours or an hour. You can't tell me nothing.
Right.
And at that point, you jumped into some more trades because you obviously had more leverage. You had more collateral to work.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And what happened?
So basically now the part of the story that you're speaking of is that happened. I had all of these thousands of dollars in my broker's account. Mind you, I didn't know the technicals. I didn't get so deep into the training to where I'm at now years later. So what happened was me thinking that I knew how to trade. I took that equity at that time and I started getting into trades. And my thought was, okay, if I have, $4,000 in the account, I can just make 500 to 1,000 and 1,000 and 1,000. I didn't understand pretty much the bigger picture to anything. And I was winning trades and I was making 1,000 here, and I would show you the screenshot of the 1,000. And I was like, I'm running it up, Jess, I'm running it up. To make a long story short, I started losing trades. And then I think one trade, I blew 600 of it, and I kept on pushing. And I should have probably just took the money and ran. But mind you, I didn't know what I was doing. I ended up blowing the whole account. That's how it happened. I ran that up and I blew it. And I was like, wow, this is crazy. And I was probably hurt from it.
Of course. I'd be hurt too. All right, so let's fast forward now. Recently, you've been doing an exceptional job. You've been helping the team. You've been providing trades. You really got in and you focused and you dedicated yourself to just really understanding technicals. Now, right. I will have to say that you've added your own, like you've tweaked it. You've tweaked what I've taught to work in your favor. You're right. Exceptionally well. I don't want to talk about how much, but you're definitely a 6-figure trader now. So what would you say, like, did it for you? And what advice would you have for anybody that's either interested in joining or is part of a team, and what should they do to get to maybe your level or at least try?
I could simplify it. I think, and I don't want to be harsh, but I'm a very blunt person and I like to speak facts and truth. The problem that I believe for people in general, they don't want to listen. They don't want to follow. The greed is more powerful than study, than following direction. So with the training, like literally after everything was said and done, because I'm a stubborn person and I don't like to follow rules in life, I just don't like to listen. But I always knew, I was like, well, if I listen, in general, if you listen, you get to where you want to go. So therefore, I probably just said, let me just stop fighting everything, because I think at some point it clicked in my head, everybody's winning and I'm not. And I'm probably my worst enemy. People are their worst enemy sometimes. So with a training like you provide, like we have, that's so outlined, and if people just listen, and if I just listen, and once I realized, I was like, well, I hit you up years later and I was like, yo, Jess, I'm gonna be honest, everything you said was right. Because it's something, for example, as simple as wait for a break and a retest of a zone.
Mm-hmm.
And if you wait for a break in the retest of a zone, it'll give you the confirmation to enter. But if a person doesn't want to listen to that for whatever reason, impatience, greed, you want to get into the trade too early without waiting for the break in the retest, and then you get stopped out, and then your account gets blown, and then you sit back and then you're like mad. It was like, well, what did I do wrong? It's no difference than just following what's in the trainings, wait for the break in the retest. Once I started doing that, it made sense. And then I just simplified the whole thing. But it was as simple as wait for the break in the retest. Wait for the trend line to break. Mark up from the higher time frame down to the lower time frame.
Mm-hmm.
Look for the key levels. Once I started doing that, I started to see the bigger picture, and everything became virtually clear, crystal clear to me, to where I could predict the market. I can see where everything was going. Do I lose some of my trades? Yes, only because I'm not even listening to what I know to listen to. And it's just that simple. Just that simple.
Well, I'm really, really proud of you, and I think that you're doing an amazing job. I love bragging about your results because if for anyone that's been with us since the very beginning, I think you're the student that has made the biggest turnaround, and the success is unreal. So I figured, it would be best for us to just talk and let people hear what you have to say, because I think that trading is great when you have the help that you need to understand the technicals, right? That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
But it really is a mindset thing. And once you can understand the mindset and you have that self-control and discipline, you'll start to see success much sooner. And those are things that a lot of people don't talk about. When you're showing results, people are just like, oh, they made this much, they made this much. But they may not understand that you may have waited 48 hours for that move to occur, or maybe
Yep.
you waited 2 weeks or a week for this to play out. They don't understand that. It just seems money. So I think that showing them this aspect with you being the most improved psychologically as a student in the team was the best thing to do. So I really appreciate you doing this for me.
No worries. No worries. You're welcome.
All right. Well, we're going to keep an eye on your success. I'm going to keep posting it. So as long as you keep sending me results and watermarking them, I will keep posting them. You guys, I do tag him on my posts on Facebook and Instagram, but he's still very, very low key because he's a money maker, so he doesn't want all that attention. But thank you so much, CJ. I appreciate you.
Got it.